Good afternoon, everybody. This is the BNI interview show where we have conversations with BNI members. We are from the Partners in Growth group in San Diego. My name is Antoine Didienne. I'm the owner and operator of 147 Photos, and we're getting to know our network. And today we're starting with Dr. Jazz. Hi, Dr. Jazz.
Hello, Antoine. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. This is the first episode, so this is really exciting.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, right. I'm excited to host this. So what do you do exactly?
Thanks for that introduction, Antoine. Yes, my name is Dr. Jazz, and I own JazHands Acupuncture. I use traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, and herbs to help bring the body back into balance. So I'm an acupuncturist here in San Diego, and I use traditional Chinese medicine to help heal the body. Not only do I use acupuncture, but herbal medicine as well.
Okay, so. What brought you to BNI?
What brought me to BNI was when I graduated from acupuncture school here in San Diego. I only knew acupuncturists because I had moved here from out of state. And so I wanted to meet people that were not acupuncturists so I could start to get referrals and expand my network. And BNI has definitely set me up to meet people in the community that aren't related to acupuncture at all, and meet other people in the health and wellness industry, as well as learn about just being a business owner. So that's what brought me to BNI.
So how long have you been in business?
I've been in business since 2013 as an acupuncturist.
Yeah.
And I've been in BNI just as long.
Oh, wow. So it's been a while since you've been, and always with Partners in Growth?
I was with a different chapter for a few years, and then I moved over to this chapter.
Okay. Wow. So BNI has been like a significant part of your business since 2013 then?
Since 2013, yes.
Yeah.
And before that, when I was a massage therapist, I used to sub for my massage boss when I was in my early 20s, and I didn't know what it was. But I knew that when I graduated with my acupuncture degree that it had made an impression on me, that I knew that it was something I had to come back to. So I'm glad I did.
Wow. So you're a true veteran. You're a true BNI veteran.
Yep. Oh. I've been around. Yep.
I mean, way longer than I have been. This is my third year, right? If I remember this correctly.
I think so.
Yeah. All right, that's really cool. I'd seen like we've been in the same group for what, like 3 years now, and I did not even know that. All right,
that's great.
So what's your biggest challenge in business?
I'd say my biggest challenge is trying to stay organized. I think that, I love showing up into the treatment room with my patients. I love being able to talk with people one-on-one. But it's when I leave the room and there's all that admin stuff, right? Like scheduling people, getting back to texts and emails and phone calls. I think that can be a bit overwhelming. And it's really about creating systems in place, which is something that I've learned from other BNI members, is really spending that time, blocking different times of your day to just focus on those tasks. But those are some of the most important ones. And that's some of the things that I've learned from BNI is fortune is in the follow-up, right? And so just keeping timely with all that follow-up, I think, is probably pretty challenging. So, I mean, this is a good problem to have. So I'm getting busy enough that, I'm starting to consider maybe I do need an assistant. Maybe I need someone to kind of take care of that stuff so I can spend my time focused on, the patient care that I really want to give people, giving them my full attention, the quality of care that I really think that they deserve.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with delegating, right? That just means you can focus on your core competencies. So, that's, has it always been the same biggest challenge for you, or did you have like a previous, as your business has grown, I imagine that your challenges have changed over the years.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, I think at the beginning, it was figuring out how to retain patients, right? First getting out there and networking and, figuring out how to present myself to the world, whether it was on social media or flyers or doing different talks. And, of course, being in BNI has really taught me a lot about all of that. But I think, yeah, it's definitely evolved away from trying to get enough business and just how to manage that business now.
That's awesome. Yeah. So since we're talking about this, can you tell me a success story on that has happened in your business?
Yeah, definitely. So I think, one of the biggest things that I feel is part of my job is to educate people about their health.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's what I do one-on-one with a lot of people, but
Yeah.
again, don't always have the time to always be one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think a success is, during the pandemic, I shut down for a couple months because I wasn't sure what I was going to do, if I was going to continue seeing people in person. And I did move to telehealth, but it also opened up time for me to start working on a book. And so that's a
Mm-hmm.
success, I would say, is, this past week I was able to publish a book and get it
Yeah.
up on Amazon, which is amazing to do within a
Yeah.
year, self-published it. So now all the things that I say one-on-one in my sessions with my patients are
Mm-hmm.
now available in a book. So a lot of the conversations that I tend to repeat, which I'm sure we all do in our business, we say the same thing over and over to
Mm-hmm.
different people. It's nice to say, well, I can tell you all this stuff, or you can read
can
about
buy
it in
my
my
book.
book. And that's a really nice way to kind of streamline all of that. And,
Yeah.
what I'm hoping to do is get different classes and meditations and other online material that I
Mm-hmm.
can send people to be able to repeatedly listen to a meditation, or, how to do this type of breathing, or, here are some stretches that can help you out, and just really make myself more accessible by using technology that's available today.
Yeah.
So I
So
think that's a great success. Mm-hmm.
and that self-publishing was always what you wanted to do. Yeah. Did you try to shop it around to publishers, or did you want just to retain the control of what you wanted to see in the book and all that?
Oh, I had no idea. Like, I just knew
Yeah.
that I wanted to get this information out there. So the book's,
Yeah.
focused on immunity and immune
Mm-hmm.
health, using herbs, stuff at home. But I guess I didn't really think about that until I started talking to other people,
Yeah.
and we started to connect to the network
Yeah.
and hear from people who had also written books and learn about self-publishing options. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, of course, you can go to a publishing company if you prefer to do that and be more hands-off with that. But, we just heard that it was a lot more accessible for,
Mm-hmm.
people to just write a book and put something up on Amazon, which, while it was a complicated process, it was fairly easy considering what it probably was like 10 years ago writing a
Oh
book
my God. Yes. Yeah.
versus
I
today.
can imagine only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure you have a treasure trove of knowledge that I'm pretty sure you can do a follow-up to that book, right?
Certainly,
Yeah.
certainly.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have an ideal partner? Do you have an ideal like referral partner within BNI or outside of BNI that we can, that we can provide for someone like you?
Yeah, so the best type of referral partners for me are other people in the health and wellness field, right? Because
Okay.
they're also treating patients, and maybe what I do is outside of their scope. For example, a chiropractor is a great
Mm-hmm.
person to refer or become a referral partner, massage therapists, hairdressers as well, physical therapists, personal trainers. Yeah, kind of that health and wellness field are great people that often we can share patients and kind of become a team to help people, because
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes people kind of get stuck in this, so this one person can help me, my one doctor. But
Yeah.
if you kind of look at how Western medicine is kind of dividing up now, is everyone has a specialty, and that's kind of how acupuncture and herbs can be, is more of a
Yeah.
specialty. But then a chiropractor can do what I can't do,
Mm-hmm.
or same thing with a massage therapist.
So even within acupuncture, do you have a specialty within acupuncture, or do you like is there like something you like to work on specifically, or type of client or anything like that?
Yeah. So what I like to focus on is digestive health. So people who have
But
gas,
I knew that.
bloating,
Mm-hmm.
they don't feel well after
Mm-hmm.
eating. There's a lot of mysterious illnesses out there that I like to explore and examine, and use those techniques to help people feel relief, because we have to eat to live, and if you don't feel good when you're eating, you don't digest well, you can't sleep, right, or you just it impedes your quality of life, then what's the
Yeah.
point? And
Yeah.
the other interesting thing is a lot of emotions are related to that too. So that's the second specialty, is emotional health.
That's actually something I learned very recently. I think it might have been from your presentation recently. Was it you that said like the large majority of one of the happiness hormone is actually not coming from your brain but from your gut?
It sure is. Yeah,
Yeah.
serotonin.
See, I was
You
listening.
remembered. Yep. Well done.
Yeah. So no, that really blew my mind when you said that. Made total sense because my wife, when she comes home cranky, or I know that if I if she eats something, she'll she immediately calms down and feel better. Same thing with me. I have I have ADHD, as you know. And if I eat something, it just makes me calm down. It just makes me just a lot less on edge. So yeah, it
Hmm.
makes total
Yeah.
sense.
So we use food
Uh,
as medicine as well in Chinese
yeah.
medicine. So that's a big component of it, is using food to heal,
Mm-hmm.
as well as herbs. And many of the herbs you can find in your kitchen, right?
Mm.
You can just add them to your soups or salads or smoothies or coffee.
Yeah.
And things you can integrate, right? So, oftentimes when it comes to people's health, they're like, oh no, I have to make all these big changes, but maybe it doesn't have to be. Maybe it could just
Mm-hmm.
be something as simple as adding cinnamon to your coffee,
Mm-hmm.
or, putting turmeric in your
Oh,
smoothie
nice.
or something like that,
Yeah.
right? It can be really simple additions, versus like this whole big thing you have to change.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I like about Chinese medicine, is moderation, simple steps, creating new habits, and living your optimal life. Because why not? Who has time to not feel good in their body?
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't.
No. um, yeah. Is that all in the book?
uh
Do you
some of it.
discuss that in the book?
Some
Some
of
of
it.
it? Okay.
Yep. Hmm.
So yeah. So the book specifically, again, like remind us.
The book is called Herbs Immunity Health, and it
Yeah.
focuses on immunity, actually. So we wrote the book out of kind of what was happening with the pandemic as it was
Mm-hmm.
unfolding. And, Western medicine model was that, you wait till you have these symptoms and then you don't feel well, and then you go get tested, and then you maybe go see your doctor. And by that time, it's been a couple days, if not a
Mm-hmm.
week or two. And Chinese medicine is all about intervention. So the book talks about all the things you can do from day one, from the moment you don't feel good, um, until as the symptoms progress. There's always something you can do. There's always an herb you can take, acupressure you can do, food you could be eating, exercise or sleep, right? We talk about all those things. And we also
Mm-hmm.
talk about prevention, right? You can also
Mm-hmm.
prevent um, some of these illnesses from happening just by keeping your immune system healthy and supported. And so that's kind of the book, discussing that prevention and intervention
Mm-hmm.
for your immunity.
All right. Awesome. All right. Well, I think we can close the show for today. This is again, thank you guys for watching. This was the first episode of the BNI interview show. I'm Antoine Didienne. This was Dr. Jazz, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.